Good morning, Bachman Middle School. Today is Tuesday, March 8th. It is an A day. It is a band day one. Start of a whole new cycle. And I am Mr. Strand with today's Tiger Talk. You know what's about to happen. It's time for our word of the week. This week's word is one of our core values, integrity. Showing integrity means being honest and having a strong moral character. One of the ways we show integrity is by following instructions in class. Well, yesterday, I went to Mr. Leesner's 8th grade science class to watch his students make vinegar and baking soda volcanoes, where they showed a great deal of integrity. The students had made paper mache volcanoes in a previous class period, and I saw Mr. Leesner go over the rules for lab safety. And I was really impressed that I saw the students follow these rules very well. They put on goggles and gloves for safety. Each person had an assigned role, and I saw them all follow the steps to make their volcanoes erupt. First, they funneled baking soda into their volcano. Then Mr. Leesner came around with dish soap. Next, the students poured in precisely 10 drops of red food coloring to give the volcano that lava color, of course. And finally, they poured in the vinegar, sat back, and watched their volcanoes erupt.
Pour all of it, Maddie. Pour it. There it goes. There it goes. Good job. Good. We did it.
The eruptions turned out great, and none of it could have happened if the students hadn't been showing integrity and, frankly, responsibility, another of our core values. Great job, everyone! Good news! Berry blends are back at lunch today. We will be selling berry blends at all 3 lunches today, so bring your $2. Next up, it's time for Literacy Lowdown, brought to you today by Mrs. Castle.
All right. Hey, BMS, Mrs. Castle here. I was just thinking about people who don't necessarily like to read big, long books. And you can really read a lot of different things. They don't have to be novels or chapter stories, that kind of a thing. Just the other night, I was reading a book with my daughter that made us both laugh. It's called We Don't Eat Our Classmates. And not only was it entertaining, it had a good lesson, and it was just fun. So if you're like, Castle's not going to read us a picture book right now. Yes, I am. So let's go. We don't eat our classmates.
Hey kids, you'll never be eaten by a T-Rex. They're extinct. I promise.
Penelope Rex was nervous. It's not every day a little T-Rex starts school.
What are my classmates going to be like? Will they be nice? How many teeth will they have?
This was very important. Penelope's mom bought her a new backpack with ponies on it. Ponies were Penelope's favorite because ponies are delicious. Penelope's dad packed her a lunch of 300 tuna sandwiches and 1 apple juice. Finally, the big day came, and Penelope Rex was very surprised to find out that all of her classmates were children. So she ate them because children are delicious. Penelope Rex, said Mrs. Noodleman, we don't eat all classmates. Please spit them out at once. So she did. It was not the best way to start school. Still, Penelope was determined to have a good first day. She tried hard to make friends at recess. She finger painted some of her best work. She even saved Griffin Emery a seat at lunch.
You can sit here.
Penelope started to notice everyone was making friends but her. It was lonely. When she got home, her dad asked her about her first day of school.
I didn't make any friends, Penelope cried. None of the children wanted to play with me.
Penelope Rex, her father said, did you eat your classmates?
Well, maybe sort of just a little bit.
Sometimes it's hard to make friends, said her dad, especially if you eat them. You see, Penelope, children are the same as us on the inside, just tastier. That gave Penelope a lot to think about. The next day, Penelope tried really hard, but poor Penelope, she could not stop herself from eating her classmates.
Mrs. Noodleman, Penelope ate William Mamoto again.
And they were all afraid of her, except Walter. Walter was a goldfish. So Penelope tried to make friends with him.
Will you be my friend?
Chomp! cried Penelope.
He's eating my finger!
Once Penelope found out what it was like to be someone's snack, she lost her appetite for children. She stopped eating her classmates, even when Cece Woodman spilled barbecue sauce all over herself. And soon Penelope made friends.
Found you. Want a brownie? I help make them.
Now, even when the children look especially delicious, she peeks at Walter and remembers what it's like when someone tries to eat you. And Walter the goldfish stares right back at her and licks his lips because dinosaurs are delicious.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Castle. And students, if that inspired you to read a picture book, we have a whole lot of them in the Bachman Library, and they don't get checked out very often. Some of them are in the back of the main library, right next to the graphic novels, and we have even more in our back room. If you'd like to take a look at them, to check them out, or just read them in the library, let me know. I'm always happy to see them being used by students. Well, that's all for today, but we'll be back tomorrow with more Tiger Talk. See you then.